Rap Roundtable.
You already know what it is. Let's do what we do.
How good it is.
Oh, yes.
To be back in the studio with the elite audio quality. Yo, we are the upper echelon of the podcasters, the Rap Roundtable, back at home, back delivering the quality that you need and you deserve.
Yes.
To my left,
Yes.
the rap snob himself, Sincere.
In the house. What up? What up?
Across from me, Langston Leguizamo.
The boys are back.
The balance of the round table, Deanie.
May the force be with you.
We are tonight's entertainment.
You already know the vibe. You hear the drops. You hear the aesthetic. You know what it is. It's the Rap Roundtable. You can find us on Apple Podcasts, YouTube, Spotify, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. Everywhere that you look for entertainment, the Rap Roundtable is there. Fellas,
Yo,
I'll start with you, Langston. How does it feel to be back in a spot, gang back together for the first time in 3 months?
You know what, man? Like, there's so much bullshit going on right now. You know what I mean? Like, it's such a crazy moment, just like in our lives, you know?
Facts.
And it's been fucked up for a few months for me, like, you know, just being isolated and not being able to connect with my brothers. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Just in general. And on my way here, like, I caught a little detour. So I found myself just walking through Brooklyn Friday night. You know what I'm saying? Summertime. The systems was bumping. The weather was awesome. There was just such a cool vibe. And I was on my way here. I was sharing this with Deanie before we turned the mics on. I was just filled with so much joy that with all this bullshit that we got going on in our world today, man, it can't take my joy away. So I know we got a lot to get to. I might have put us on I don't know, but I'm just so happy to vibe with you guys right now because I missed it, bro. Real.
I think back to the group chat when you was talking about we might hug and we was like, nah, we throwing elbows. You was dead ass about that hugging shit. You mad emotional right now.
Oh, fact. That was a whole verbal hug right there.
I appreciate you though, bro.
That was a hug in prose form.
We talk a lot of shit here, but love is love nonetheless. As you can tell, listeners, this ain't no bullshit. You know what I mean?
Word, man.
Sincere.
Yes, sir.
You came out the other side. You beat that motherfucker.
I beat that motherfucker.
How do you feel to be back in this room, bro?
Listen, man. For those of you that don't know, that might have been, we talked about this in an early episode, but I had it. I had the COVID. Took a clean 2 weeks, and I came out the other side.
Antibodies, motherfucker.
Yeah, I went and took the antibody test at the local city MD. I'm good money, right? So it's you know, I'm a little less worried now knowing that, you know, they got some built-in armor, you know what I mean? But we still got to be careful out there. We still don't know, right? But yeah, man, it feels good to be back. And everything that Lang said, being out in the city, it's summertime, right? It's not gonna be the summer that we used to,
right?
Obviously, but we got you know, make what we can out of it.
Word.
You know
like
what I mean?
Doing this podcast, giving you some kind of normal in an abnormal time. What about you, Deanie, to balance himself? How did you navigate through this, man?
Beautifully.
Yes, sir.
Beautifully. Like a knife through hot butter. Like a hot knife through butter. I was just maneuvering.
Moving smoothly.
There's been a lot of things going on. It feels like every time we turn around there's something new slapping us, but we're paused. But we are back on deck.
Yes, sir.
Word. Let's get it.
Shout out to Zoom and everyone who was zooming through this time. You know, it was cool to have the ability to still reach out. But damn, it feels good to be in here. I got my cup poured up. We got our cups poured up.
Energy ain't the same on Zoom, man.
It's not, bro.
You know
it's
what
really
I mean?
not.
We need that interaction.
And my Wi-Fi sucks, man.
Oh, absolutely.
That's
like,
a fact.
your phone sucks.
They about to stomp me out.
The noise in your background, the last episode, a dog barking and all of that.
Shit in the wilderness.
I'm like, what's going on? I'm trying to mute him while the dog is barking and he's taking himself off mute, not realizing.
Like, yo, how did mute?
Because I'm doing it.
in the great wild co-op city, man.
Yeah, shout the
wild outdoors.
Lang be in the middle of his perfectly worded take and all of a sudden just drop out.
Disappears.
Damn, that was really going somewhere, bro.
And Zoom has a way, like when you disappear, Zoom just removes you from the equation. Like your face is gone, everything is gone.
Oh man.
But
also, one last thing before we really get into full swing. Just because y'all timelines have calmed down a little bit. Y'all don't see the protests. Y'all don't see the headlines. Y'all don't see nothing. Black lives matter. Black lives still matter.
Black lives
don't
matter.
you ever forget it.
Fight
That's
the
right.
power.
Ain't over. You think it's over?
Don't stop moving.
And arrest Breonna Taylor's murderers.
Yes.
Everyone who's taken a life or did anything unjust, y'all need to sit down. It's that simple.
Word.
We seeing the reforms, we seeing the push, we seeing all the slogans, but we need action. Actionable items. Word to Jay-Z.
That's a fact.
We need everyone who's done something wrong to sit. Even an NYPD officer who put that chokehold on Far Rock, he got suspended. There's pending charges. So people are moving a little swiftly. But now we need the finality. These guys need to go to prison. Yeah, work hard to put people in prison that look like us. Now you need to sit down and experience it, because being a cop, taking the lives of a black man the way you did, if those guys go into prison, it's gonna be lit for them.
Lock them the fuck up.
Crime is crime, right?
All of them.
And don't get
Crime
it
is
wrong,
crime.
you
Get
know,
'em.
the little Black Lives Matter like sign on the street is cute.
It's cute.
Little street signs naming the street Black Lives Matter. That's cute, right?
We need some-
but we
we need
need
to see
some
need
actual
justice.
change. We need justice. We need some tangible change.
Word up.
Yo,
It's a fact.
people, we won't let you forget. But now let's talk about some rap.
We on you.
All right.
Word.
Revolt and Eminem had a bit of an exchange. There was a verse that wasn't supposed to see the light of day from Eminem that somebody leaked and got out there into the atmosphere. He talked some hot fire like Dylon about Revolt, and you know,
Top 5 of all time.
and we know who's affiliated with Revolt, Puff Daddy. So Revolt, pretty blunt. Fuck you, Eminem, and I respect that.
Word.
Like in an era
Say it
where
with your chest.
right, in the era where all we do is tippy toe and throw subs and make indirects. Shout out to the big bold white letters. Fuck you, Eminem, and especially me and Sincere. That spoke to our hearts. But
I was all the way giddy.
yeah, I'm sure you were.
Haters.
But I'd like to hear from Langston about this one. Like, what is your take on this situation?
Well, I wonder how frosty the relationship between Puff and M is, based on the drama that occurred about a year ago between M and Machine Gun Kelly.
Right,
MGK
right.
being a Puff Daddy affiliated artist. So I wonder if maybe this is the straw that broke the camel's back, so to speak. I don't know. I mean, look, you know, Eminem got out of pocket for sure, but you know, he didn't mean for what he said to get out there. He shouldn't have said what he said. I think that when he said it, probably didn't mean it, but you know, like, this is hip hop, man. Like, you're gonna be held accountable for what you say. So I think he made the right decision by choosing not to put that out there. But unfortunately, it saw the light of day, and you know, Puffy chose to respond the way he did. So you know, hopefully they're able to work it out, because Eminem apologized.
Right.
So
It's. I checked the record today. It's been there. It says it's been there since 2019.
Yeah.
wait, what?
Yeah, when you click the record, it's on iTunes and everything.
Wait, I'm sorry.
No. There was a leaked version of that record.
Oh,
It's
This is the Conway, so
the
wasn't
Conway
it?
joint.
Bang
Bang
Bang.
Bang.
so
remix.
it's different than it is
Remember
on
the
iTunes.
joint that we listened to and we were like, Eminem didn't need to be on this.
It was
man.
on, it was
But
a
nah,
Conway
they-
joint
but this, Eminem was blacking on the one I heard, Mo.
Right, but
Yeah.
then there was a leaked version
with a different verse.
with a different or a slightly altered verse.
The one I heard, Shady was blacking, bro.
But
Right.
did he
Black.
diss?
But did he
Revolt?
diss Revolt?
Blacked on Revolt. He gave Diddy his props though. He didn't trash Diddy.
So maybe it was a
He even
different
said
verse.
he even said respect to Diddy before he.
The version that caused problems is not on any iTunes, brother.
I didn't hear that one.
Exactly. That's what we're trying to tell you. Sincere.
But he still said
Yeah,
that in the song I heard though.
So in the original song, he does mention Puffy and Revolt.
And then I heard a YouTube version. Is that different from the iTunes version?
What
As
date,
far as the-
what date was on the YouTube version?
I didn't check the date on that.
Well, there you go.
I just listened to it.
There's the schism right there.
Because I listened to that first, then I went to the iTunes joint.
Right.
I was like, it's
Yeah.
already there.
Yeah. So
I
So
digress.
it's hard to
So-
keep track of all these versions floating
right,
around.
right.
Sincere.
Yeah, we coming over to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I concur with Revolt. Fuck Eminem.
Oh, okay.
I don't
Plain
give a
and
shit
simple.
about him. And
Wow.
in this case, it's fuck Eminem. Just simply for like, you've been in the game 20 years. You're a whole like almost 50, right? At this point in the game, like, why are you still looking for these superfluous beefs? You know what I mean? Like, you just itching to like, you can't get that battle rapper out of you
Because he
And
doesn't rap about anything else.
Right.
He has no content.
That's what I'm saying. Like look for something else to rap about other than going at MGK or going at Revolt or going at whoever just because you feel like battling. Man,
Make a
get
fire
out of here,
song.
man. Get out of here.
What would interest you from Eminem?
I don't know. It would have to be, first of all, he would have to probably change his delivery. I can't, as has been mentioned at this table before, I can't get into the way that he delivers his rhymes anymore. I just can't. Other than that, it has to be something that resonates with the hip hop culture, and I really don't see how any of his recent material has resonated with hip hop culture. Can he still rhyme? Sure, but just in terms of like really getting on the pulse of where hip hop is at, right? It doesn't happen, right? Maybe speak on the current climate of social injustice. But even then, I could just see him somehow making it mad cringy. It would just be so cringy. The delivery would be so cringy that I'd just be like, I don't want to hear this.
Essentially,
either.
nothing.
Pretty much.
Yeah, you don't mess with him.
Yeah.
I mean, where I'm at with this topic is whether it was supposed to be heard or not. That's how you was feeling at the time. It wasn't like you wrote a verse and the lyric sheet got leaked out to the public. Right. You wrote it
and delivered it.
You delivered it. You rapped it. You're okay, and then you thought better of it.
Right.
Which means that you feel how you feel. So that fuck you from Revolt, in my opinion, stands. Because
it's valid.
You said that shit.
Yeah, it's valid.
You know what I'm saying? But then he backtracked and was like, I didn't mean it. That's how I was feeling in the moment. A, B, C, and D. Should Revolt accept that apology?
Well, but you know what it's like? It's like you say something to your mans, and you didn't mean for it to get to the other guy who you was talking about, but somehow through the grapevine it got to that person, and now you got to deal with the repercussions.
So if you tell
of it.
Jaw, fuck Langston,
right,
and then Jaw
I didn't
says,
mean for you to hear it, but
you know
he
what Sin
tells
said?
you anyway.
He was like, fuck that nigga Langston.
Or it was recorded, and then you heard it.
Sin.
You know what I mean? It stands, man. Fuck that apology.
Right.
Like you said what you said, and you meant it.
Come on, son.
Fuck out of here.
Well, this is art though. Like we're talking about, art is tricky, right? Like art is not easy to compartmentalize.
Right, but
it's
he wrote
messy.
the whole verse and rapped it.
Yeah,
then
for
realized,
sure.
Maybe I'm going too far. Let me put a slightly altered version out that's less disrespectful, and then apologize about it. The fuck out of here, Eminem. Hey, yo, listen. Get out of here, bro. We're not going for that one. We not going for that, bro. We not hearing it. You know what? In 2020, just get out of here.
Can I make one? I'm sorry but you made a really interesting point, Sin, that he can't get the battle rapper out of him.
Right.
And it's really interesting that when we were younger, there was this prevailing thought that the battle rap scene was like a place to find up and coming talent. And I think we're at a place now where we know that that's not the case.
Well, yeah,
it's a separate skill set entirely. And if you look at the battle rappers that have come up, Eminem, case in point, they tend to fall a notch below. Even if they check every other box, there's something missing if that's all you're bringing to the table aesthetically.
Right. But it goes back to the point that we make at this table all the time, which is if Eminem were not white, he'd be Cannabis. Or he'd be Royce. Right?
Royce, I think, is better.
Now the thing with Royce though is that he's had to work at his craft to make more substantive songs, right, and more substantive bodies of work, right. The last couple albums he's put out, you could feel like the thought. Maybe they're not classics, they're not perfect, but you could feel that he's working at finding different topics to talk about. You know what I mean? And have like a cohesive body of work. Because Eminem just came in and was like dissing Britney Spears and dissing NSYNC and dissing, and every white America just ate it up. Well, everybody ate it up.
Yeah.
But especially white America is like, oh my God, it's a white boy that can rap, and look, he's I hate Britney Spears too, and you know what I mean?
The gimmick stood because he was nice though.
But I think because he saw so much success in that when he first came in the game, it's really hard for him to turn that off, right? And to like
it worked.
And to reprogram himself to be a different, more substantive type of artist.
Because didn't he try to get in depth on the album and that album flopped or something like that? There was him. I don't know if that was Kamikaze or something like that.
I don't think he has the flow versatility to get in depth the way we want him to, because he can only really rap one or two ways.
Right.
So, like, you need to have multiple deliveries in order to really get introspective and find ways to use inflections and use your voice in different aspects to really make people feel you. And I think that's what's lacking from his repertoire. Super lyrical, super good at what he does. But to me, I've always looked at him as a limited artist, because when it's time to do something else, it's like country music or it's pop. It's not real rap. It's just pop rap.
To me, M always just brought a different element to the game. Like we were from Jay-Z, Nas, Big Pac era. You know what I'm saying? So it was different to see a white dude just with that kind of talent.
But at that time, he was rapping though.
He was rapping.
But he was rapping as well as those guys you just brought up.
You know what's funny? I think rap changed so much, like aesthetically and acoustically, that if let's say that we would have been in a time warp of, let's say, like 98 to like 03 repeatedly, Eminem would have been a legend. Like, we wouldn't even be talking like this, because the way rap was back then, he fit in better because it was more about the ability to rap than it is now. And I feel like as other rappers who were really good at rapping that we love had to find different ways to still deliver their message. M sounded like he was stuck, because Hov don't sound like Hov did 10 to 15 years ago.
No.
He had to change. Nas had to change.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, imagine Eminem trying to do Made You Look.
I think he could pull it off.
I think he could formulate it. It wouldn't be Nas, obviously. It wouldn't be Nas.
No,
He don't got that pocket for that beat.
That's
You
what I'm
don't think
saying.
so?
Nas is a rapping ass rapper, but when he heard that beat, he
Like,
was like,
slow it up.
nah, I'm gonna slow it up. I'm gonna lean on it. You know what I mean?
Rock
I'm gonna
him the
find
shit
a
out of
different
it.
pocket. Eminem would come in and like all over the beat.
Right.
You know what I mean? And like, that's not what you do
To me,
with a beat like that.
I just don't get it, because I always feel like if anyone at the table should really like Shady, I feel like it would be you. Because I feel like when you look at it from the essence, he's really from
You
the
being
essence.
sincere.
Yeah,
Nah, but the Essence knew how to lean on beats, bro.
I mean,
even
as
the dudes
far
in the
as-
8 Rock Kim.
Listen,
I'm talking about he's from the stoop staircase
Right.
out in the car
but
freestyle era. You know
but
what I'm
those
saying?
guys were versatile. That's what he likes.
I feel you on that.
Yeah.
But you can't just be rappity rap
Right.
without some type of pocket, without some type of swag, right? And like, I remember the whole swag era. Everybody hated the word swag, but true, like, being real, you need that. You know what I mean? You need an element of that.
And the whole thing is, because to us, it's a total package. You know what I'm saying? To us,
Right.
it's kind of like, no offense to the white folk, but it's like y'all mac and cheese. You know what I'm saying?
What?
It's like when we make mac, black folk make mac, we put a lot of shit in the mac. It's a whole different. It's a pot. You know what I'm saying? When y'all make mac, it's noodles, cheese.
And then they stick some cauliflower in there, some stuff that does not belong in there whatsoever.
I'm gonna throw up.
It's different, and I think the fact that Eminem's a rappity, that's their mac and cheese. Like, we make mac and cheese, because to them, that's what it takes to be great.
Bro,
just
why
rappity,
you always
rappity.
gotta throw this man a life preserver?
Why?
Why? You're not even dissing him, son.
But I'm not even talking about that. I'm talking about as far as just his what he brings to the game.
But
I'm
you
just
still
surprised.
throwing a life preserver, bro.
I like
This shit
Shady.
is- this
That's
shit is
my
mac and
dude.
cheese. So what? We just saying that he only raps one way.
No, it's not
I
only
think
one
you're
way.
both right.
It's not only one way.
And I've said this time and
It's not
time
only one way.
again.
There's about like 3 consistent flows.
I've said this time and time
Listen,
again.
you don't listen to Eminem's albums?
I
You listen
do,
to
and
Eminem's
I
albums?
cringe
Go ahead,
and
go ahead,
cry.
Sin.
Come on, bro.
I've said this time and time
Listen to
again.
haters, man.
When he came in the game, living in Detroit, rapping with black artists, black rappers, like he fed off of that. He soaked it in like a sponge. At this point in his career, you really think Eminem's out there hanging out with black people?
But I don't think he might not be making it for us no more.
I just thought of something.
Talk to me.
One thing we never took into account when it comes to his limited flows, maybe this is where his region comes into play. He's not an East Coast rapper. He's from Detroit. Maybe the Detroit in him is what's killing him from being able to diversify. Because even Big Sean has a pretty unique way he raps when you think about it. And even them D12 dudes, they all have rather unique deliveries. They're not East Coast or West Coast.
New York, we got flavor. That's why. That's what I'm telling you.
Randomish in the way they approach rapping. Even Royce don't switch it up too much. He
really.
does what he does. And I never
He's
thought
got
about
to get
that.
2 or 3 consistent flows.
That Midwest shit is probably leaking in here.
And yeah, in Detroit specifically, it's got a really unique kind of
Yeah,
a
now you
unique
got
flow.
me on life preservers.
You see what I'm saying?
How about that?
You got some village, you got Elzai.
It's a weird vibe today, man.
I just think he's doing what work for him, man. At the end of the day, if you make a product and it works,
But what I, yeah, but
But
what
your
I'm
major
saying,
look point is real because
it is real.
right? Because he really would have did that on that beat. Even Luda had to find the pocket, and he
Right.
did though.
exactly.
You never stood half a chance like Siamese twins.
And here's the thing, because people were getting on Nas for being too rapidly rap, so he came out with Made You Look. It was like, yo, I could do this.
Nah, but he spit on that though.
Nah, he
yeah, I
wasn't.
mean, but he wasn't rapidy
Nah,
like
the original, he beat-
multisyllabic and all that.
Maybe not, but I still feel like the original
he
Made
rapped
You
his
Look,
ass
he
off.
Rapping,
beat
bro.
the fuck out of that beat, bro. Like
What I'm saying is
he
that
made
he didn't.
me like
he
a
didn't
Nas
do,
song at the peak of Jay-Z versus
Say the
Nas.
cost
And I-
timeless, say the
Oh my
titties
god!
out.
When I
He
heard
did-
that, I was like, ooh.
He didn't do what he did on like Stillmatic intro.
Right,
You know what I mean?
right.
Where he just like
went straight in.
attack.
But I
He-
felt like he attacked on Made You Look. He just was
He just
swaggy
did it,
about
yeah.
it.
Yeah.
I agree with Jarv. I think that his
mellowed it out.
Bro.
Yeah.
When I first heard Made You Look, and I told Sin this off the record, that felt like the victory lap after
Yes.
the beat. Like he came and he was talking big shit on Made You Look.
King of the town. Yeah,
Yeah,
I've been
been
there.
that.
You know I click clack where you and your men's at.
Why do I know the bars? That's what people tell me. You don't like Nas. I say, I do like Nas, but I
Well,
gotta,
you like
I
that
gotta keep
song.
up appearances nonetheless.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But let's switch the topic. Meg Thee Stallion. Sincere
girl.
shared this in the
Oh, chill.
group chat.
Let me chill. My girl might listen to this.
So what?
Don't get
Hey
shot,
girl.
bro. Hey, Miss Sin.
You know what? I'm not too broken up about this whole Eazy-E thing. It's the music business. I see what's going on with her using the girls in the hood, the boys in the hood sample, whatever the business behind it is, right? We're gonna go to the rap song, but I feel like this is your pocket. Jarv doesn't care. How do you feel about this?
I mean, you're right. It's the music business. So, for people that don't know the story, right? Meg Thee Stallion just put out a new single as of today, the day that we're recording this, and it's called "Girls in the Hood," which is sort of a remake of the Eazy-E classic "Boys in the Hood."
Right.
Right. West Coast classic, right? You know, the youngins probably know it from the Straight Outta Compton movie or whatever. But Eazy-E's daughter came on social media talking about not so much throwing shots at Megan, but just saying that the industry's foul because Eazy-E's children have been trying to get rights to some of his music and they just can't, right? And to be real, it's like we all saw the movie, we know the stories, that Jerry Heller and that whole record. Yeah. We know that they're just like ruthless, right?
It fits.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Ding. They have no scruples, right? And so I wouldn't expect any less from from the industry, but I do find it a little bit, more than a little bit unfair that the children of artists have no rights at all to their music.
Right.
You know what I mean?
How
It's
is
a
that
little
possible?
weird. Yeah, exactly, right? But the way contracts are drawn up, nobody looks into that, right? Especially if you mad young coming up in the hood and aspire rapper, you don't even have children in your vision, right? And you just sign the contract and all of a sudden, right, your kids ain't got no rights to your music. I think there should be something that
That'll get your masters
something in
back.
writing, you know what I mean? Exactly. Or, that artists should work to have that somehow, put into their contracts that if their children want to eat off of that material a little bit, right? Or use it somehow, that they should have a right to. Yeah, that's it.
Lang, so how do you feel about the daughters taking this opportunity here with Megan using the sample to speak out against the music business? Do you feel like it's a smart play, or are they being opportunistic?
Well, when you brought this to our attention, Jarv, I thought that what they were doing was critiquing the music business. And then when I listened to what each of them was saying, the daughters, it was sad because it had less to do with the music business, which we can talk about, but it had more to, it sounded like two daughters competing for their dead father's affection, which was awkward and depressing, and it just goes to show you, one, how the music industry breaks people,
Right.
and the effects that has for generations. And also maybe some things about Eazy's family life that are a little uneasy to talk about. And those are sisters.
Yeah.
Those are his 2 daughters. It sounded like competing baby mothers, didn't it? And bringing business into that and Eazy's legacy and
It's
Megan Thee
definitely
Stallion.
like a personal schism between the two.
Yeah,
of them.
and I thought it was sad, man. And I just, I hope that for their sake, they're able to look past whatever trauma they're dealing with based on. I mean, I don't know. It's not even my place to say that, and I feel weird even bringing that out there. I just, I feel like there's a.
though.
I feel
They
like
put it out there.
I feel like there's a lot there that's personal, I feel like that the shady realities of the music industry are kind of story B or C.
Dini, what do you think about this?
To piggyback off Ling, definitely a lot more there than the music industry, bro. I sent some, and I actually caught 3 sisters, not 2.
Yeah, there was a third one.
there's a third. I missed the third one.
There's one I think that's called
okay.
Erica. Right. That's the one that apparently don't want no. Like she said, she listened to Meg, but she don't like the fact. But I didn't like the way she worded it because she basically made it sound like because Meg hasn't paid homage to Eazy-E on the record before, and I'm like, that's not the way the game works. Like, people listen to samples and they chop. You know what I'm saying? I might not know who these people are. Like, I listen to songs all the time and send a sample like, yo, Sin, listen to this. I don't know. I might not even never heard this artist before, but I like the song. You can go get the homage as I make the sample.
But
you know what I'm saying?
Well, but it's different.
your shit, Dini.
It's but it's always different when it's within the scope and realm of hip hop. You know what I mean? I feel like most people within hip hop feel like they're owed a certain level of respect. If I made a record and you're gonna sample the record that I made and made a classic within the same genre, I think that level of it is a little bit different than, say, if I go and sample like a prog rock record from 1953, right? It's all still fresh in our minds, especially with the Straight Outta Compton movie having come out like just a couple years ago. It's I think the dynamic is a little different than just normal sampling from decades ago.
You know what? And to just basically jump on everybody else's point, I think that this whole era of take offense culture, it seems like everyone wants to be outraged about something. Like Megan Thee Stallion doesn't have to do a whole interview about Eazy-E to sample the record. Puff wasn't talking about whoever he sampled or the Hitman, whoever they were sampling back in the 90s. Hip hop,
They cut a check and it was good to
Diana
go.
Ross.
Hip hop is based on samples. The whole culture stems from loops and samples.
Yes.
So you talking about this and that and whatever you feel like Megan should do. No offense to Eazy-E's daughters, but y'all tripping.
I mean, Megan's like how old? Eazy-E been dead for like 25
wasn't
years.
alive.
Everybody knows that record though.
He knows,
especially
knows
because
the
it's Straight Outta
It is a
Compton.
classic,
you're right.
classic hip hop record.
But
Don't
she's a
even matter.
kid to that record,
It's
though. You
just
know what I'm
that
saying?
Megan doesn't owe them anything. The fact that the legalities are taken care of and she did what she had to do to
cut
get
the
the
check.
sample cleared,
Right.
that's the business of the business. If anything, they should have been DMing Megan to see like if Megan could use her platform to get them a check
But
from this situation.
neither one of them was taking shots at Megan. Like
But
the first one, it was
a little shady though.
The
First
no,
one,
for sure
the
it was.
one named
Yeah.
Erica. The one named Erica was shooting a little. She said she liked Megan, but she didn't like the fact that she would use the sample and had no big ups of her
Right.
pops in
So
previous times.
the video,
You don't have to.
the main video that
Exactly,
came
you know
out
what I mean?
was, I forgot her name, but she was doing the video, I think like in a car or something, and she
Remarkable.
said she has
name's Remarkable.
no beef, no qualms with Megan. Do your thing, Megan, but the industry is shit, right? The industry is mad shady,
Right.
It was the second sister that threw that
I
little,
don't even know her,
that
first of
little,
all.
that little shot, like, Meg, don't even, give Eazy a shout out. That's the part that makes it a little bit extra funny, right?
Yo, look, to the family of Eazy-E, put out another statement or try to get with Megan and figure out a way for for you to benefit, because if this record takes off, summer's approaching. I guess last year was Hot Girl Summer. Now this summer's Girls in the Hood. I'm pretty sure that's gonna be the thing, because they all gonna be in the hood. They can't go nowhere. They quarantine. So that's gonna be the play.
Weird summer.
So they need to find a way to get with Megan and make something happen, as opposed to being mad on the internet.
Yeah,
and that's not how we get things done.
Have y'all heard any of the daughter's material? What if they're trash?
I ain't saying make music, just get a bag. That's it.
A bag. Okay,
the way she made it sound is she's tried to sample the music from her pops, and they won't let her sample her.
Right.
Yeah. And then the third sister, who like has pictures with Eazy-E, so she's 100% guarantee his kid. You know what I'm saying? Says that Remarkable is not even Eazy-E's kid. Which, I did my little digging. I see Remarkable has pics with Eazy-E's other kids. So I'm like, I think she might be.
That's deeper. That's
why I'm thinking it might be literally just two women
be.
feuding back and forth. It's like a hate thing. I guess they don't see each other as sisters, but you know my vibes. So.
On the next story, we have the daughters of Eazy.
On a related but slightly different note, have we heard the Megan record?
No.
I only look for Megan when she throwing them cheeks. I'm kidding. Don't get offended.
Don't get him
I heard it. It's tough. She did her thing on it. But it's hard to fuck that record up. That beat that's so classic.
Yeah.
I mean,
you know what I mean, if you write
remember when Jimmy did it over?
Decently?
Remember Certified Gangsters?
Fire.
Yo,
fire.
that record was tough.
Y'all front on Canverse. I love Canverse.
Go to H in our block, put your face on our cop.
I keep the Luger hug, show you how to use a snob. That's my verse. But
Baby, are you the drugs? I don't do the drugs.
To go back full circle with Megan, she can rap, so she won't mess it up.
Right.
I have to sneak that piece in there. NBA young boy never broke again.
The hottest rapper I've never heard.
You know, but this guy's streaming, he's doing numbers.
For sure.
Legitimately in a way that other rappers wish they could. We'll get on him in a little bit. Dini was the one who brought this to the table, so I'd like him to run the point for this particular offensive set. I'm gonna get out the way. Talk to us about this, man.
This whole thing just disappointed me, man.
Well, what happened, first of all?
All right, so apparently, young boy now lives in Houston. And we all know where Houston is. It's in Texas, and we all know where Texas is. That's Jay Prince town.
That's right.
And apparently his house is broken into. And
NBA
Youngboy's house was broken into. And we know Jay Prince. Shout out to Jay Prince. We know him as the lost and found, because if you lose some shit, he will find it. You know what I'm saying?
And he'll do what he wants with it.
And he basically jumped on the IG live and said we recovered the stuff that was stolen from your house. You know, whenever you're ready, tap in. And Young Boy heard it, and the response I heard from Young Boy was not the response I thought I would have got. You know what I'm saying? I was very shocked, because I haven't heard someone like get crazy like that with Jay Prince in a minute. You know what I'm saying? Since
he must don't know.
So but
what did he say?
Long story short, he said, I don't need no friends. I don't need no new relationships. I don't need no hands extended out.
Oh my goodness.
And if you want to give me that shit back, you know people that know me. You could have gave it back. You could have just hollered at them. You didn't have to go public. You have to go on IG.
What?
Yeah, and I mean to the.
I mean, he was a little bit more derogatory than that.
He was. I'm trying to keep it. I'm trying to keep it clean.
I get it. I respect.
I'm trying to keep it clean. You dig?
I dig it.
But he was real out of pocket, in a way I haven't heard like anyone get with Jay Prince and maybe ever. You know what I'm saying?
I'll throw this, and I'm gonna, at this point in the segment, I'm gonna side with Young Boy.
Whoa!
Can't be mad. I can't be
the
mad.
The views
at him.
expressed by Joe, the point guard, don't necessarily reflect those of the thirst degenerate.
I said at this point in the segment.
At this point,
hear me out.
Let's talk.
I can hear where Young Boy is coming from, because as OG Jay Prince said, he knows Young Boy and he knows his brother. So why would you go to the internet first before contacting them? It feels disingenuous to make a thing about it, because he was talking about the boxer Shakur Stevenson and then pivoted into having Young Boy's things. It's almost like me talking to Langston about Jameson and then talking to Dini about the weather and trying to mold them together into the same conversation. Unless it's raining Jameson, it doesn't make sense.
But dude is holding the stolen items throughout the entire conversation.
Right.
So it's like,
so that's why it feels like you put me on blast.
Well, is Jay Prince not allowed to flex? How old is NBA Young Boy? He's like 12 years old.
He's 20.
20 with 6 kids.
Jay Prince don't have
What?
think it's like 4.
Holy
but still
shit.
demon
Shooting
time.
at the club.
Still demon time.
Not even up
My
the he just
nigga,
go outside
yo.
the club
Yeah,
and shoot everything.
Holy shit.
But it's like
He's going to the after
Jay
hours.
Prince don't even have to flex. He is a legend.
But he can if he chooses
Think
to.
about all the rappers who just randomly drop in mob ties in their bars now. That's a thing. Like,
right.
like I didn't realize how big it was when that mob ties verbiage crosses regions.
Yes.
Like he's tapped in all across the
Prince
United
got reach,
States.
bro.
So, but to Youngboy again, at this point in the story, before I pass it back to Dini, I'm on Youngboy's side. You ain't have to do that to me. You don't have to play me.
I have to agree. I mean, I look at it like this, especially in the state of Houston. I think more outside of Houston, but who in the world can Jay Prince not get in touch with, bro? He could get in contact with anyone. He could have sent the DM. He could have sent the text. He could have made a call. That live, especially to a young boy like NBA, from where he from, that mentality.
Right.
Baton Rouge, them young savage type vibes. You know what I'm saying?
I have to be honest here.
Get ready, ladies and gentlemen.
I could give 2 shits about this topic.
Oh,
honestly.
what a surprise!
And I have
shocked.
to.
What the
fuck are you talking
The fuck are you talking about,
I have
son?
to watch the videos
What are you
that
talking
Dini
about?
has sent, so I could be caught up on the topic. But every time I saw it on Twitter or Instagram or whatever, I just skip past it. I'm like, I'm be
So
a
the
young
rap
boy.
snob
You
does
do
not
not
care.
Podcast. You
don't
have to care.
I do not
Especially
care.
you as an OG considerer.
NBA,
You know what I'm saying?
NBA young boy and Jay Prince from Texas.
But it's the concept of why would a 16-year-old
But-
man be beefing
but
with a 20-year-old kid,
once
though?
I got caught up, right? Once I get my mic good. All right.
You go.
Once I got caught up, you'd be surprised that I'm gonna agree with Jarv and say that I'm on NBA YoungBoy's side in this because, like he said,
2020, y'all.
why? Yeah, like everything's messy. Everything's a muck. But yeah, why do you have to get on the internet if you know people that know me? If you know my family, why do that? It's like he like. Yeah, it's a flex. He's allowed to flex, but you're not. If I'm gonna be a young boy, I'm like, you're allowed to flex, but not at my expense. You making me look like a fool, or calling attention to the stuff that was stolen from me. What if I wanted that story to just like fade into obscurity, right? I don't want that story brought back up, right? For what? So you could look like the legend that you are. Everybody already knows you're a legend.
Maybe NBA YoungBoy is built to question Jay Prince, and if he is, well then God bless him. I know very little about NBA YoungBoy. I know that he was dealing with one of Floyd's daughters, right?
Yeah.
Who had a hand in Floyd Mayweather's early career, right? One Jay Prince.
Hello.
So, but anyway, listen, if NBA
So you're
YoungBoy
saying there's more levels to this?
You
There
just uncorked a whole new level to
Yeah.
this story.
possibly, I don't know.
Like you did it.
Right.
And YB and Almighty Jay is signed to Jay Prince, and he's with NBA's baby mother.
Ooh.
So it's a lot of
A
festering.
lot we don't know.
So maybe that could be why he don't want to align himself with Jay Prince, because most people when they go to Houston, they usually check Jay Prince is usually the first stop you go.
So boom.
Yeah.
You guys have set the table.
Yeah.
Earlier in the segment, I said that at that point, I agree with YoungBoy. This is where I disagree with YoungBoy because there's gray areas, you see.
No
Tune
pun
in.
intended.
Ding.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So, if you are a boss don, as Jay Prince is, he's probably the black hand of the rap game, right?
Yeah.
If you moving into Texas, you tapping in with Money May's daughter. Jay Prince has a lot of relationships that stretch all the way to Money May.
Yep.
One of the artists he's affiliated with has a situation that touches YoungBoy. YoungBoy has a relationship or an understanding with Jay Prince, but you move to Texas and you don't check in.
Seems odd.
You don't do what's necessary.
Yeah.
The fact that Jay Prince knew the specifics of what took place, that means that he made an OG move. He said, "We're not gonna rob him. We're gonna send a message." Most think
We're
about
gonna
it.
let them rob him.
You gotta think. Let's go old mafia for a second. Young killers wanna go out there and shoot. The old dons usually do something that messes up the other crew's racket to let them know this is our neighborhood and you need to come see me so we can work something out. YoungBoy so young doesn't realize that the old don did something that was essentially a phone call.
I need
Come
my
see
fee.
me. I'm not even gonna beat you up, but I wanted to get your attention, young scrapper. And he reacted incorrectly because he's too young and
I'll say
stupid
he did.
to realize that all I did was I tapped you on your shoulder.
Right.
What's up?
Right.
Because I really could have just took everything. You could have been dead. Your security sleep. You ran in your crib and took 2 umbrellas and some car keys. Catch the drift, stupid.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? To that you say what? I don't care, sincere.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, okay.
Sounds like a really good Scorsese movie, doesn't
That's
it?
what
I mean, it
sounded
really
like.
does,
Yeah.
man. It really sounds like, hey,
Did I piece that puzzle okay?
You did.
baby?
Nah, that was
beautifully.
awesome. That was awesome.
that was as beautiful as Clue as I've ever seen. You know what I'm saying?
Thank
Like
you, sir.
it just
Appreciate that.
it's really shady. I mean, like I said, it would maybe it'd be better off if it was like maybe one of his sons that did that. But
Right.
from Big JP though, it just feel
Yeah.
like, come on, Big
Seem
bro.
like he not trying to embarrass you. He's trying to put you on blast. All right. How do we know that he ain't try to back channel the check and like, yo, come see me, and he ignored it? So all right, now I'm gonna embarrass you.
Could be.
or how do you know the security was sleeping?
Or how do we know Money May ain't do that? Like, you know what, OG,
Ooh.
I need you. I make this call. My daughter out here looking crazy, about to go to jail.
See now.
And this dude got a whole new girlfriend. OG, do something for me.
Yo, you never know, man.
Money May got bread.
He
They
made
don't-
a lot of money for Jay Prince.
Okay.
Probably more than anyone else.
Hello?
Yeah.
I mean,
Ain't nothing to make a phone call.
you never know how deep the rabbit hole goes.
Absolutely.
Wow.
Sticking with Jay Prince and people who are mob affiliated, Drake, Swiss Beats, got a little spicy. Somehow it seemed like Swiss Beats was trying to be polite while at the same time being disrespectful. Right? Is that an uptown thing? Is that what y'all do uptown?
Whoa,
Y'all
whoa,
trying to be
whoa, come on, bro, come
He's
on.
from the Bronx.
We're good folks.
Yeah, shout out to Boston
good
Road.
folks.
You know what I mean?
Shout out to the BX.
Drake proceeds to respond through a little F-boy in there. We gonna see each other, Ray. We know that Drake is not like that. So
At
what
all.
do we make of this light skin on light skin violence? Like, what's going on, Dini?
I
Talk
mean,
to me.
Swizz was talking really spicy
He was talking
though.
All right,
super hot.
but do we know why this happened? Everybody's up.
We
up to
still
speed on
don't,
that?
right?
Yo,
No,
it's off
we-
a Busta record or something
Alright,
like
yeah,
that, right?
go ahead,
So
Dini.
hold on. Let
Nah,
me just set
sin,
the table.
sin, give me that sin.
So it's another record leak, right? This time it was a Drake and Busta Rhymes record over a J Dilla beat, right? And so that's why it kind of circulated the internets the way that it did, because it involved Drake. So you know everybody's gonna pay attention to that. But then the underground backpacker heads and J Dilla fans like me, we was paying attention too. Like a J Dilla beat leaked and Drake and Busta Rhymes rhymed over. Oh my God, I gotta listen to this. Come on, son. The record wasn't all that, but that's what caused the issue, because apparently Swiss thought that, and I don't know if there's any truth to this or not, but Swiss said that Drake's camp leaked it on their own, and now nobody can make any money off of it, right? And I guess because Busta Rhymes is his man's, right? I guess he was advocating for Busta, which he was having a conversation with Busta Rhymes in that moment when he started talking greasy about Drake. But Busta kind of laid off of it. It was like,
I'm not touching that one.
I don't want no smoke right now, honestly.
I ain't as hot as you are right now.
Yo, but I have to go search the internet because I wanted to get the quote, right?
All right.
Swiss Beats found a way to call him a good kid while also calling him a pussy. What's going on here?
Well, he's a good kid that doesn't like to fight. I
He
don't
said
know.
he was a little saucy at the time. He said he was nice.
That's truth serum.
Nice.
Exactly.
I can relate to that.
you can't
I didn't
blame
say a lot
alcohol.
of fucked up shit while I was.
That's how
you know
you
what I'm
felt, though. That's what the liquor kills
yes.
all inhibitions.
Yes, but there's a way to say how you feel without disrespecting people. Like if I don't like something Drake did, I don't have to call him pussy.
That's
I can
true.
be like,
But
what?
I'm also-
I respect him as a businessman.
Yeah.
He's making a ton of money, and you know what? He did some shit I don't like.
But I'm also
to
here
call him pussy, that's
Right.
taking it to a different kind of
But
level.
I got
you
a
know?
quote, y'all.
All right, here we
It
go.
says,
Let's go.
"We don't need no apology. It's clear you don't like us, so act the same way when you see us." Bars, pussy.
Pussy.
One more thing.
Chubbs.
One more thing.
That was Drake.
Chubbs.
That was yeah.
That was Drake.
Beats.
That was
no.
Swiss.
That wasn't Swiss.
No, that was
Chubbs. Chubby
right,
Chubb.
Right.
Oh, okay.
Drake's man.
Now, we might have opinions about Drake's music and Drake the person. That doesn't mean he doesn't have shooters on deck. So if
I mean, come on now. He got
What are they
fans
shooting?
that'll
Maple
die for
syrup?
him,
What
bro.
are they shooting?
come on, dog, come on.
Canada
Shout to
Drake,
Drake, bro. Shout to Toronto. Shout to T-Dot.
Canada Dry.
Nah, but yo,
We doing
dead
Schweppes,
ass,
no
dead
Canada
ass.
Dry.
Like when you
Facts.
achieve that level of fame, you can, you can hire a whole football team. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, I hear you.
Because at the end of the day, niggas is pussy for real. What's up? Pop off. Let's go. Swiss Beats.
Whoa.
This is fight talk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, if you say that about me, like we gonna have to have a
Didn't
conversation.
somebody say Happy Father's Day pussy or something like that?
That's what
That's how
Drake
it all
said.
started.
Yeah.
Oh no, that's
I
what
threw a
Drake
fuckboy
said.
in
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. There we go. Yeah.
What's going on in hip hop? I blame everyone being inside. Y'all got too much time.
Yo.
Yeah.
Usually people be
crazy
partying
right
right
now.
now.
And the Mercury in retrograde is happening and whatnot.
Get that shit out of here, man. Come on.
sidebar, or this is all orchestrated to put some spice back in the
Of course,
game.
maybe Drake.
Yeah.
Drake probably
That's
got
a
an
good
album
point.
coming out.
Yes, I like that.
Never know.
I was thinking about
Mystery
that with
Theater.
YoungBoy, but then I googled that he already had an album that just released like a few weeks back.
Yo,
Yeah.
that I don't know how that
I-
kid does
that-
numbers. I don't know.
That might be something
Yeah.
different.
Look, I'll be real. I'm all the way here for any and all Eminem slander and
Wait, what?
Drake slander.
I didn't even talk about shady.
I feel like
Anybody-
we've
no, we was
gotten
talking-
off track.
We was talking about Eminem
I know you
earlier.
coming from again.
So anybody like Revolve want to slander M? I'm all here for it. I'm front seat.
Sin, did
center.
you like it and unlike it and like it and unlike it so you can keep liking it?
I think we're a little drunk right now.
I'm gonna do my little Michael Jackson gift, popping the popcorn. Same with Drake, right? So
Drake?
I'm definitely in. If Swiss want to throw shots at Drake, at the end of the day, me personally, I respect Swiss more than Drake. So it is what it is.
I
You
do
know,
too.
it's a lot of feuding going on in hip hop. Freddie Gibbs recently threw some comments out there to his old label boss, Young Jeezy. Basically said he's not relevant, and they could fight, etc. Lane, I'm coming to you because that's your man's.
Gibbs is my man.
What are we making this whole Freddie Gibbs Jeezy lingo? Like, I don't understand. Like, it's been 10 years.
Well, there's two things there that he said, right? One of them I think is demonstrable, right? Young Jeezy is irrelevant. Young Jeezy is what we call
irrelevant. Musically irrelevant.
Well, he's a legacy artist. I never got. I remember in high school when Jeezy was popping. I never understood people's, like in our city, in New York, like Jeezy was popping. I never got it. He can't rap. But
These are facts.
Listen, like later on, as time,
he made some records that hit. Though.
I listened to the Thug Motivation and all the classic material, like quote unquote classic material, whatever, and I got why people love Jeezy, and it's not for me, but I understand. Anyway, Jeezy is a legacy artist. He put out an album last year. Nobody gave a shit, and Gibbs is right. Jeezy musically in the year 2020 is irrelevant.
He didn't lie.
But he also said that he could beat him up. And
Which is-
I'm not. Listen, maybe he could.
Why throw
Maybe he
that in
couldn't.
there?
It's not my
That's
because
just
he
next-
doesn't like him
they're
because
on
he
bad
wants
time,
next
son. They're on
level.
bad
because he
time, bro.
wants problems. You know what I'm saying?
They're on bad time, bro.
And listen,
Yeah, I hear that.
Make sure you guys go hear Alfredo, one of the dopest
Fire.
albums of this year.
This is
Make
true.
sure you go listen to Bandana, which was the dopest album of last year. I'm just saying, we're
Notice
talking
he
about
still didn't
Gibbs.
send no one to that Jeezy. He didn't send no one to that new Jeezy. Notice
No.
that. He said nobody to the Jeezy.
Who's more relevant in 2020, Jeezy or Gibbs?
Jeezy.
I mean, obviously.
He didn't lie.
Come on, man.
You should be insulted
Come
by
on.
that question.
He ruined the statement with
So-
the punch with the I'll fight you thing.
All right, boy.
So here's
Look,
the,
go ahead, say.
So here's the thing that I don't like. Like I'm not gonna come to bat for Jeezy because that's another artist I could give two shits about.
Wow.
Surprise, surprise.
Yeah, I mean, you're right. He's a terrible rapper. Like as an MC, as a rapper,
He put out some good music.
He put out some
If you were a
live music.
Pokemon, your name would be One Bars. One Bars. One Bars. One Bars. That's all you would say.
But what I don't like, and this is prevalent in hip hop, is the use of the word irrelevant. Why is that word thrown out so haphazardly and so often as a way to disparage other artists? Artists had their time, they had their level of success, they had their run, They made their mark, right? So as a way to disparage them, because let's be real, in the context of this conversation, Freddie Gibbs isn't saying like, yo, I fucks with Jeezy, like I love his music, it's too bad that he's not so musically relevant anymore. No, he's trying to shit on him,
Yes.
right? And so the use of the word irrelevant or currently irrelevant as a way to shit on another artist, I don't necessarily feel
Well,
that.
if I can push back on that, Gibbs, I mean, there's business reasons why Gibbs feels like he has a bone to pick with Jeezy.
That's fine.
And that's personal.
Yeah.
And he wants to make it public because he's one of the hottest rappers in the game right now. I think all four of us would agree on that.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, I'm gonna use some of my capital to shit on this guy that I don't like.
Wait. Did you hear the sound Sin said made when
Perhaps.
Possibly.
Yo, Sin low-key loves Freddie Gibbs more than I do.
Yo.
I like Alfredo.
Dog, 5 years from now, you're gonna be talking to
Yo,
me
what
about how
was
you
that?
were wrong about Bandana.
Wow.
I don't even remember what we were talking about.
I'm a little drunk, y'all, but that was funny.
I'm gonna get my Curb My Enthusiasm on.
Go ahead, like.
I don't remember what I was saying.
I'm
sorry, I'm sorry.
5 years from now, he's
Yeah.
gonna like. He's gonna
Oh, no,
love,
yeah, 5 years from now, you're gonna tell me that Bandana is a hip hop classic. All three of you will, as a matter of fact.
I will not.
I love Bandana.
Don't look
so I'm
over
not
here.
gonna-
Dog, let the record show, June something 2020, Langston said 5 years from now, the Rap Roundtable will reconvene and we will be in agreement that Bandana by Freddie Gibbs and Madlib is a hip hop classic. Let the record show.
Listen, he said that Jeezy's irrelevant, right? In 2020. But if Freddie Gibbs and Young Jeezy walked into a room right now, who do you think would be irrelevant?
Oh, Jeezy, 100%.
Okay, so
Wrong.
What?
So,
What do you mean?
Wrong.
In
Well,
terms
it
of
depends
like,
on what room he walked into, I guess.
any
And
room.
he walked into this room.
Any room.
Into this room.
Freddie Gibbs could walk down fucking Flatbush Ave right now, and maybe
dog.
4 people would know
Come
who
on,
he
man.
is.
Hey, don't disrespect my man like that. Come on.
he has a point.
I mean, he
I'm not
Jeezy,
far off.
Get the fuck outta
Jeezy
here.
is still
Here's
the
the
more
problem.
well-known on a
Right.
mass level.
The audacity
Jeezy's
of
still
Freddie
more well-known.
Gibbs
Oh my goodness.
to even throw the irrelevant line when Freddie Gibbs could walk almost anywhere in the United States and hardly be noticed. Silence. Just because you like him doesn't mean
Langston.
that he's some megastar.
I never said he
Well,
was a
it's
megastar.
not. It's not just
He
Langston.
could go order Chinese food by himself right now. Jeezy still needs
I can't-
security.
I can't right now.
No, we gotta talk about it.
No, but-
because if you're gonna
Let me jump in on this.
If you're gonna be disrespectful, then you gotta be met with disrespect.
Let me jump in on this,
Go
bro.
ahead, Dean.
All right.
I'm just saying. All right, he could go anywhere.
All right, so I'm cursed with the literal verbiage of this whole thing. He said today, Jeezy is musically irrelevant. I could not agree more with that statement.
No, he's
You know what I'm
not. Because
Musically?
if Jeezy decides to do a greatest hits tour right now, sell off.
All right, but we're not talking about greatest hits. We're talking about
Because his
today.
music, his old
The
music.
music you're putting out
But everyone,
today.
but then what's the word?
what-
What's the term?
But I'm
then
saying,
what is the word
his old
irrelevant for
music
then?
will blow Alfredo out the water. That's the point. He could live off his legacy.
Oh my
now,
God.
Now legacy don't matter because you like Freddie Gibbs.
No, legacy
thi-
matters,
and
and,
this
I
is-
respect Jeezy.
and
I'm
this
just
is-
It's
saying.
more of a what you did today kind of
Right,
he's
but
coming
this is
from.
what I'm saying. What's wrong with the word irrelevant and it being thrown around the way that it is? Because he's right. If Jeezy says, "Yo, I'm putting out a greatest hits album and going on tour," that shit is gonna be a massive
For sure.
hit.
Nah, for
People
sure.
gonna
That's
order
sad. That's
Alfredo
true.
for dinner, but
That-
you're not gonna be
it's
thinking about
gonna
that
sell.
album.
Yo,
But here,
And I'm not
come
even.
on,
I'm not a
But here-
Jeezy
but
fan,
here's
but
the
there's so
question.
many Jeezy fans out there.
What's the name of the last Jeezy album?
I don't give a fuck.
What's the name of the last Jeezy
What I'm
album?
for?
Okay, you know what I'm saying?
It's
Yeah.
relevant, motherfucker.
You
try.
You would know this. You would know this.
Yo, Job Low-key loves Jeezy,
I
man.
do like- I told
That's
y'all
what I'm
I
saying.
love
That's what I'm saying.
Jeezy.
You would know
He
this.
like, so you was into like
this
you
is
know
wrong.
like 05, 04, 05 using the
If-
Jeezy.
Okay, if LL Cool J
One,
drops an
I'll
album
answer
today,
that.
you listening? You going for the play? You going for the play?
I mean, I'll check it out.
You may get one song. If the one song didn't pop, you're not listening to nothing else. Let's be honest.
The
That's
irony
what
of
he means
Jeezy
by it.
is that the better he got at rapping, the less records he sold.
That's right.
Because by the end, he was making
Yep.
some pretty solid verses. I like the last mixtape he did with DJ Drama. What was it?
The Gangsta Grill something.
The last Gangsta Girls they did when he had Hood Politics on there. I'm a D-boy. These joints. When he was rapping,
Listen,
I'm like,
That was
you
a
just
long
like
time
you just
ago.
like Jay-Z because of the Jay-Z features.
no.
And how
had the
Jay-Z
joint-
came
Go
out.
Get It, Go Get It was crazy.
Why you gotta disqualify me like that, bro?
Go Get It was
Come
crazy.
on, son.
Go
That's-
Get It.
Yeah,
That's
yo,
it.
you
Three
know
Kings.
better.
That's all it is.
Stop it. No.
That's all it is.
Three Kings
I
got
don't-
you.
You had a snowman t-shirt?
I did
Keep
it.
it real.
I did it. Here
Oh,
we go.
remember them t-shirts?
Only love
Yo.
Brown.
You're not gonna do that to
Oh
me.
my God, them snowman t-shirts.
Not for
I
nothing.
forgot about that shit.
Everybody at the round table knows that I have a small corner in my hip hop love for bad rap music. There's a few bad rappers who I let into my club. Jeezy's one of them. It is what it is.
Go
Okay.
Get It.
You know what I'm saying? But to Freddie Gibbs, let all the slander aside. Whatever issues you had with Jeezy and the record label, you were signed with corporate thugs 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Let it go, bro. You sound like a hurt baby mom. It's like, move
Well,
on.
we don't know what happened.
It don't matter. You a star, right? You got classics, right? Why are we still mad at Jeezy?
If he didn't
was
say
he-
the
wait,
fight
I
me
feel
part,
like
we
he
wouldn't
still
be talking about it like
owes
this.
Jeezy a fair one.
Was-
He's like, I still need to
Was
fuck
Freddie
this nigga up.
asked about Jeezy, or did he just like?
Nah,
was
he just
asked.
brought it up himself.
No, he was asked. He was asked.
I know, I'm bullshit.
Oh, okay. I
No,
was
but
about to
he'll,
say.
but I
He
mean,
had to
he'll,
answer it.
The host asked him.
not, but I'm telling you, like years before, like Gibbs was popping, like these last couple of years, like he would bring it up unsolicited, like yo, fuck that
That's
nigga.
true.
Like it's
Move
been, this is
on.
not a new thing.
That's That's
Jeezy's a
he does
millionaire,
not-
got a nice
moral
little
of the story-
Asian girlfriend. He don't care about
Right,
Freddie.
yeah,
Gibbs.
That's
she's
also why I
fine
think why
too, bro.
today he's offering that fair one. He wouldn't offer this fair one maybe the 10-year Jeezy, 10 years ago Jeezy, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, that was his man 10 years ago.
That's what I'm saying. But when he offered that the way, I'll fight him. You know what I'm saying?
Why,
He's
because
excited
40
that-
people bought your album, so now you feeling good? You want to fight Jeezy?
No, I'm more because Jeezy's out of the game now.
You could sell out
You know
a
what I'm saying?
basement. You want to
with
fight
your-
Jeezy?
Come on,
But-
Job.
With your
Don't
label,
do
also,
that.
you getting a couple
also,
of
if you're on this hot streak, on this run that you're on right now, like Freddie Gibbs is, critically speaking, at least, right? Why even spend the time to like?
He doesn't like him.
It's just like why is he living rent free in your mind like
Rent
that?
free.
He must have done something.
Rent-
He
free.
was signed to him, bro. We all know how these contracts work. So he might.
Yeah, but
No,
you
you ever
got
had
out
a, you
of
ever
it
had a
long
dude you
ago.
didn't like that? It was more work
I don't know. I'm
Like,
different, man.
letting
I
him
don't,
occupy your brain, but you couldn't let him go just because, like,
No.
nah, I gotta get this nigga.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
Nah, because you know
I
what?
don't even-
Yes, you're right.
Like,
But Freddie
fuck
Gibbs
that
got
nigga.
out of the deal, didn't fall into obscurity, and in fact, he bounced back, dropped supposedly classic albums, and is somewhat relevant today. Although he can still
Somewhat
shop by
relevant, he
himself. So
the backhandedness.
I'm just keeping it. Nah,
compliment.
you know, what? I'm keeping it funky.
I understand what you're trying to
Just
say.
because Twitter feel like someone's popping don't mean that he's a megastar, bro. He's still a regular dude with some good albums.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
No?
But
No,
one thing I will say,
he's the hottest
we
rapper
all,
out right
all
now.
listen to Freddie Gibbs album within 24 hours of it dropping. That's the one. That's the one
Because
thing
I
I
got
would
a
say.
podcast to do.
But I mean, you would
there's a cop out.
listen to it
There
without
it
that.
is. I was waiting for that
You
card.
would have listened to that without.
It wouldn't have been in the first 24 hours, no.
I would have
I'd've
got.
got
I
to
like
it.
Freddie Gibbs, so I would have gave it to listen.
Jarvis hates Freddie
Only-
Gibbs. I don't
only-
understand why you
only
hate Freddie
in
Gibbs
him-
so much.
Because he bores me. I told you on the last episode.
Yeah.
He's really good at rapping. I acknowledge that, but he's not for me, bro. He bores the fuck
Big
out
Sean
of me.
don't bore you.
You're missing out.
Big Sean, I told you, Big Sean let me down. I took the L on wax. What you want, bro?
Nah, yeah,
I
let's
took
not-
the L
He
on
did.
wax.
Let's
He
not
did.
bring up bullshit.
Damn, you hurt me.
want your
Dini.
soul.
Why do
It
you
took
hurt
long
me like
enough.
that, Dini?
It took long enough.
Speaking of Dini,
Talk to me.
6ix9ine, you
Good.
said within the right parameters.
I'm checking out.
You can stay your ass right here.
You shall go nowhere.
You said within the right parameters, anybody could come back from anything.
Bro.
You also speculated who would be the first one to get in bed with 6ix9ine. The floor is yours.
Zendini.
The way the game works, as long as you can get the proper footing, I still think R. Kelly can bounce back from this somehow. If he gets the proper footing. Come on, son.
I disagree with that, but go ahead.
You don't subscribe to that here at the round.
We're just gonna cut that right the fuck out.
I'm
Nah,
just
leave
telling-
it,
I
leave
still
it,
not even
leave it,
I don't think no one's the way the world works nowadays. If you cut the right checks, you buy into the right systems. Akon, bro.
Akon.
Akon. You would have never thought Akon.
Yep, that's
Never.
true. That's a
Yeah.
fact.
That's true. Fuck
Nicki
that guy.
Minaj, you would have considered.
We
Yeah.
gonna talk about her.
We would have considered, but
We gonna get the
Akon, bro, for maybe the most iconic prison song of all time. That's who you choose. The most stand-up prison song of all time. That's who you want to make the remix with. You serious?
It is what it is, man.
You know, 6ix9ine, boy, he has a way of dodging raindrops, landing on his feet, falling from a skyscraper, and not being hurt. But I need to understand what Akon is thinking. Akon doesn't need the money.
Well, see. Here's the thing.
Does he need the relevance?
When you make-
is he
Wait.
itching to be back in the game and have his name out there? Because we haven't
There's no
talked
such
about
thing
him.
as irrelevance.
What about James Dolan? How much money does he need? Right? What about Jerry Jones? Right? Like, the thing about capitalism is that you make a certain amount of money and then it becomes never enough.
Right.
Like, the only point of money is to just keep making it.
Right.
Right? And it's so when I heard the 6ix9ine news, first of all, I was outraged. I was disappointed in Akon and Nicki, and I was pissed off at 6ix9ine that he's able to tap dance after locking up people of color, black people. And then I thought about it, and I said, you know what? Everybody's got a price. I probably got a price. It's not my place to throw shade at Akon or Nicki Minaj, because I don't know what kind of bag they got to stand next to that man. So I'm not gonna do that. Although I wanted to at first,
They don't
but I'll
need-
say,
they don't need that shit.
listen, I'll say this: Akon and Nicki Minaj, by standing next to 6ix9ine, they're affiliating themselves with him. Obviously, they're encouraging what he did, and they gotta wear that. And if it was worth, I hope to God that it was worth whatever bag they got.
Right.
And you know what? I'm not gonna judge them for it, cause I'm telling you, I got a number.
Bro, it's not about
The
the
four of
bag.
us here got a number.
He could have made any song in the world with that kid if he wanted to. We still would have gave him the side eye, but you get like locked up, bro. That's the song you want to make with this kid, who had the
Because he sees the
legendary
headlines,
Styles
man.
P.
He sees the headlines everywhere. This is why I'm saying, like, maybe he's itching to be, to feel some type of relevance in the game again.
Disrespectful to Styles P, bro.
Of course, but I mean,
Did y'all
it
see
can't-
Styles'
it
response?
can't be the bag.
Styles
I did.
responded to, and Styles' response was, by the way, I love what he said. It was basically, and I'm paraphrasing, y'all could go on Twitter and look it up, but it was basically like, listen, Akon is my brother, I love him, haven't spoken to him in years, and I never met 6ix9ine. That means that the three of us are on separate journeys. I live by a code, I don't expect any other person to live by the code I adhere to. And I'm not gonna get into it because you know the code that I adhere to, and he left it at that.
I respect it.
That's some real nigga shit, right?
yeah, that's some real
I
shit.
just don't see the logic or the feasibility for Akon. I'm leaning with Sin maybe he just did it for clout. Let me
Yeah.
get some clicks real quick.
Son,
Facts.
you're building the next Wakanda, bro. What clout do you need, bro?
Well, I don't know. Maybe he wants to call some attention to himself so that then he could come out with, yo, this is the other shit that
Listen,
I'm doing.
that it
Has to be.
I mean, I
right?
get it, but
that
God
comes at a
damn.
price,
Right.
and the price is you need to stand next to the patron saint of stool pigeons.
Right.
So wear that.
Right. I mean,
And we need to hold Akon accountable, and I like Akon. I actually really like his music. Akon gave a platform to a fucking rat, and we need to make sure.
No. The music business did.
True.
Yeah.
True. But Akon was a willing participant in that.
Yeah,
He
true.
could have
Yeah.
said no, and
That's
he
a
said
fact.
yes. I'm gonna stand next to this kid,
With
and
a
so
whole lace front,
he needs
bro.
to wear that for his entire career, and we should make
Yeah,
sure
the lace front
that he's
is
held
the least of the
accountable for that.
problems.
What about
Ugh.
Nicki Minaj? Like we had the whole thing about her husband, and notice that the husband has
Yeah.
gone missing since that incident.
Bro.
Yeah.
All I know is there was at one point 6ix9ine was on going through it for a whole young girl beef. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
A dude, a brother. I mean, Nikki, you the trifecta, baby.
It's-
Yeah, man.
So let me
Like,
ask y'all
damn
this.
it, girl.
I'll throw the grenade at the table. At this point, are we calling Nicki Minaj a person who's willing to sell out just for clicks and chart status?
Of course, she's been that.
Because it seems like she's just doing anything to be number one. She's doing everything. She's like a stat chase like basketball.
That's all it is. And quite honestly, I don't even believe in the in like that number one record. I don't even think that that was like a legit number one record. I think they padded the numbers somehow. I think they got some internet bots to like restream it and restream it and restream it and restream it.
Discussion that we could get into
like
if you want.
The way they used to pad numbers back in the day, having like the whole promo team go out and buy like 500,000 records at once, right? It's different now. So like you get an internet bot or a computer bot, and you just program that shit to stream the shit all over and over and over again.
Well, we know 6ix9ine has bots because I think we had spoke about this early in the infancy of the Roundtable.
Back in the basement,
where we would see his numbers on YouTube and World saw like the clicks, but then he dropped his first project and only in the streaming numbers and even the physical sales didn't match what his views were on YouTube. Like, according to his views, you would think he's a megastar, but when the project dropped, nobody was really rushing to download it. So I'm fully on board with you guys. Like, he has tons of bots. I think they botted their way to number one this time. Maybe there's information to refute that, of course, because that's how the industry works. They always have information to refute. But we know 6ix9ine is the bot god. We know that already. But I'm looking at Nicki and I'm like, you got with this guy, you got bad pub for your husband, and what you did with your husband was all respect is due. But after that hit the fan, there was no more photo ops with him. Notice he just disappeared. She put him to the side. I can't be seen with you. But then you get with 6ix9ine.
You get with 6ix9ine.
Right. You get with 6ix9ine.
Who is a registered sex offender? In addition to everything else we're talking about.
Right. You're doing this video, and we're men here. We love boobs. We love chesticles.
Yes,
right?
yes, we do.
But you're topless with your joints swinging in the video. Like, you're doing anything for shock value. And I feel like you are like discrediting your own ability as an artist because Nicki can rap.
Yeah,
she's nice. She checks all my boxes as a rapper.
One of the nicest ever. Yeah.
Got flow, got a nice voice, got personality.
Yep.
And you doing this for clicks? Like, what you want? Like, what you want, Nicki?
It's like that basketball player that was the superstar and he's getting older.
But Cardi messed your head up that bad?
Yo, when you're not
ever since Cardi got hot, Nicki been making weird decisions.
I mean, Cardi threw a shoe at her. She might have had a shook. It's that Bronx shit.
We constantly have to look back at Nicki Minaj's career because yes, she's had bars, she had the feature on Monster, she's had huge rap records, but she's always done extra, right? She's always been extra for the limelight, right? When this chick, what was the one that wore the meat dress?
Lady Gaga.
Lady Gaga.
Yeah.
When Lady Gaga was the hottest artist in the industry, she went and stole her whole playbook.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Nicki Minaj's playbook?
No. Nicki Minaj stole Lady Gaga's entire playbook.
She was still
the weird outfits, the weird
yeah.
faces, and she went, she started making these like overtly pop songs that were not hip hop whatsoever. There wasn't an ounce of hip hop in a lot of those records, right? So we already know that this is what Nicki's about. You know what I mean? So it's not like it's anything new. People that are like shocked now, I'm like, have you paid attention to her career? She's always done this.
It's ridiculous, B. But let's get to the main course. Enough about that. J. Cole, No Name. A whole mass confusion, supposedly thanks to Twitter, trying to get J. Cole out of there for asking for advice. Dropping a record, being introspective, being humble, and being willing to learn. But while asking to not be talked down to somehow is a bad thing in 2020. Sincere, what is your takeaway from this scenario with No Name and J. Cole?
So again, just to recap, J. Cole put out a song. As you said, he seemed to take this humble stance. It was talking about a nameless, female who was on Twitter, who was an artist, and who had said certain things, right? Basically, what happened was that No Name was on Twitter And like a lot of people, right? And we talked about this in the last episode too. That a lot of people, when the protest started like bubbling up, that a lot of people, No Name included, went to Twitter and was like, "Yo, where's J. Cole at and where's Kendrick at?" You know what I mean? And we had that discussion in the last episode. Y'all know my thoughts. I thought that's a little unfair, right? To always put all of this baggage on the shoulders of just these two artists,
Dun, 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 dun.
right? And so you know, you got to be like, where's the other artist at, right? Why it's got to be on? So anyway, you know, she deleted that tweet, and J. Cole comes and does a record talking about that little situation. Doesn't name No Name, right? But basically his stance is, hey, why do you have to take that tone, right? Like, how about you take a little bit more of a softer tone and try to, like, you know, teach me or whatever, right? You may know more than I do, right? Instead of like calling me out or whatever. But then by the end of the song, like, it goes through this whole journey, and by the end of the song, he basically admits, you know what? Maybe you're right. Maybe I'm not doing enough, right? Maybe, you know, like the situation that I'm in right now made me start thinking that I could be doing more, right? So by the end of the record, he actually kind of agrees with No Name, but he basically put his whole train of thought into the record. Nobody paid attention to the end of the song and the train of thought and the journey that he went through the record. Well, not to say everybody, the vast majority of Twitter, of women on Twitter, right? Women of color on Twitter, said that it was condescending, and why should No Name have to watch her tone? And this is the worst kind of misogynist, the type of misogynist that that makes you feel like he's on your side when he's not, and he gaslights you. And I'm listening to the song, I'm like,
how'd you miss the point?
That's not at all what's going on here at all. Maybe there was a portion of the song where he does, allude to that, but by the end of the song, he's actually on No Name's side. He actually agrees with her and says, you know what? You're right. Maybe I could be doing more. Maybe I do feel a little fake right now because I could be doing more. So I just then because of that whole thing, No Name decides to make a song directed at J. Cole, and then she goes and apologizes about it, right?
That's not true. She didn't apologize. She said, you know what? I shouldn't have responded, so I'm gonna not put the record out. Like, I'm gonna delete the record. She didn't say I'm sorry to J. Cole.
No. The record's still up. Yeah, you're wrong. The record's still up. The record is still up.
Maybe I'm wrong.
What she said was that, well, she's apologizing for putting her energy into this quote unquote beef when the energy should be put towards fighting against social
injustice.
She doesn't want it to be a distraction.
I'm sorry for criticizing J. Cole. That's not what she said.
But she did apologize for putting that record out and putting that energy out there.
Fair enough.
Right? I thought the whole thing was just like unnecessary. J. Cole, first of all, No Name. Again, I go back to the fact that too many people, like, as soon as shit pops off, too many people want to be like, where's this person at and where's that person at, right? Like, there's got to be more people that we can look towards, right? So right off the bat, like, the fact that No Name went and tweeted, yo, we have these artists that make their, all of their money off of black plight, and now they're nowhere to be found. I don't fuck with that attitude, right? Because these people have been, J. Cole's been in protests before. You know what I mean? Kendrick's put his views into his art, right? What are you doing, right? But or how about what is I don't know, what is NBA Youngboy doing, or what is there could be like nothing. A myriad of other artists like that you could call.
It seemed like it was a little cloudy to go for the two dudes who are actually outside most of the time.
But the thing is, here's the thing, she didn't call them by name, right? She just said there's artists that make their whole careers out of black plight, right? But we knew who she was talking about, right? And so I just think that it's unfair to always look towards these two certain people when there's a whole industry of hip hop artists,
Drake,
and right,
Drake,
and maybe and now we have to go back to the conversation about the industry. The industry doesn't necessarily reward artists that talk about these things, right? So that's why we only have a couple to pick from, but yeah, she started the whole quote unquote beef. Right?
Yeah.
So now for J. Cole to actually make a response and everybody to be like, oh my God. And second of all, J. Cole has had this energy for other artists. Mm-hmm. He's had this energy for a Lil Pump. He's had this energy for for Kanye West, right? It's not like he's just, you know what I mean? He's known for addressing artists that are either in the game or that he's looked up to, and just speaking his feelings about it. Right, so now that it just happened to be No Name, right? All of a sudden, it's wrong, right? It's this big to do. Like it's just it's weird to me.
What about cancel culture? Quickly, like what do we think about people being hyper reactive and working hard to get people out of there? Dini, like, what do you with this whole situation? People were really trying to cancel J. Cole. Like, do you think cancel culture is actually useful in 2020?
I think in some aspects, some things are just like, come on, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Some things just, we gotta get you up out of there. But people do it for anything nowadays. Like, right. So you gotta pick your spots. J. Cole was there for the Eric Garner joint in 2014.
That's what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
That's why Twitter going in on them.
I ain't seen no videos of No Name there though. No offense to her.
Right.
It's just one of those examples that you can give somebody everything they want and still not make them happy. You know what I'm saying? My son basically just said, yo, you got the juice. Teach me something. And he still got buried for that. As far as the cancel culture, I think there are beacons, bro. There's always gonna be beacons. Like people always talk about black leaders, you know what I'm saying? As far as black leaders in the culture of hip hop, right now that's J. Cole and Kendrick Lamar. Say what you want. It shouldn't be that way. It couldn't, wouldn't, shoulda, coulda, woulda. Well, you know what I'm saying? The whole thing is it is what it is. These guys are the face of that culture of music. Prior to them, I guess Kanye could have been before he went crazy. Nas was definitely a part of that. You got your Q-Tips, you got your people that was there. So we are looking for a certain group of people to cover that, bro. You know what I'm saying? I know some people say, we shouldn't rely on this one person, and in some ways I dig it. But you know what I'm saying? Like, let's not lie. Like, Kendrick was the face of that movement with To Pimp a Butterfly, bro. It seems nuts to me that he's absolutely silent on this. And I know you think, and like not just you, a lot of people think, well, he spoke on it before, so why should he have to speak on it again? I'm like, if that's the case, then why should anybody have to do anything again? I already did what I did, so I should never have to do nothing again. You know what I'm saying? In the face of the whole thing, this is the face, bro. The George Floyd thing was the face. For them two dudes not to be out there would be like, that's like tantamount to treason. You know what I'm saying? It is. You are the face in the hip hop culture.
But it's like y'all not even giving them a chance. Yeah, it's like y'all not even giving them a chance to like sit on it, and then like the first of all, these people are superstars, right? So
these people being who?
Kendrick and J. Cole.
No Name is not a superstar.
No. No Name is not a superstar. I'm just saying the people that are the two that are being called out.
Martin and Malcolm.
Right.
Martin and Malcolm, really? Come on.
Who are we comparing to in hip hop culture? Is that not a?
Listen.
As far as
at the end of the day, they're rappers and entertainers. So I wouldn't put them. I wouldn't give them those titles.
Obviously,
but
I'm being facetious, bro.
But they have busy lives. They have meetings. They have projects that they're working on. Maybe give them a chance to find some free time to get out of the things that they're doing and get out there, right?
It's a quarantine, bro. Nobody's going nowhere.
They're paying attention to the quarantine, man. Like if they're working on the project, they're gonna go to the studio, bro. And the studio will be all nice, all down. They'll have the
shit.
Right. Anyway, I'm just saying, don't be so quick to jump down people's throats for not saying something or doing something fast enough,
or saying something you want to hear.
Right. And so that's the attitude that started the whole thing, which I just inherently think is unfair to begin with. So like if J. Cole responded to that, then that's his prerogative. I don't think it was I don't think it was dismissive. I don't think it was it had a negative tone. I definitely don't think it was anything to be canceled over. But the rage machine goes on, and
True.
You know what I mean? Like everybody just feels like they need something to rage against right now.
And ladies and gentlemen, we are officially in the stretch run. We're gonna kind of sort of stay on topic with this whole cancel thing and looking for people with the now returning mailbag segment.
Yeah.
We kind of put it on ice for a little while because of the things that happened in the world and the episodes and technical issues and things of that nature. But the mailbag is officially back. The first part of the mailbag comes by way of Kendrick Lamar. We posted something up on Instagram about Kendrick Lamar's presence during the protests. Mm-hmm. So I have a comment here from Yahtzee who says, "That's the problem. People always worried about what someone else is doing. Everyone isn't the protesting type. That doesn't mean that they aren't doing things for their people." I gotta say, I agree with Yahtzee. We want to see Kendrick out front. We didn't want to wonder where he was at until he showed up. But nonetheless, we can't assume that he's not doing things for the culture that's just not making the news. Everything is such a click world now, in the headline world, that we figure if there's no clicks or no headlines, you're not doing anything. And that's unfair to the artist. What do you guys think about Yasti's response to Kendrick's kind of sort of, background approach to the protester situation? Langston, what do you think?
I think that it's silly to criticize Kendrick Lamar for not having his finger on the pulse. Because Kendrick Lamar is setting the pulse.
Right.
Kendrick Lamar's music is the pulse.
Right.
To Bimbo Butterfly, and we talked about it on the last episode with my shitty Wi-Fi, like we brought up earlier.
Come on.
But no, the idea that the quintessential artist, and I'm not putting J. Cole in this discussion. We're talking about Kendrick Lamar. The idea that Kendrick Lamar somehow, it's not that he's above reproach, it's that, we're gonna criticize. I don't know, man. I'm a little drunk. I'm just saying, like, it's
we're all a little drunk here.
Yeah.
He's already put out this monumental work of art. And if you're gonna come at him, if you're gonna critique him, then you better be able to have an alternative, is what I'm gonna say.
He's made a statement and he's made his mark with his art, and not just the album To Pimp a Butterfly, but to come on to the Grammy stage, the whitest of award shows, and perform Black of the Berry, and was it Black? Yeah, it was Black of the Berry. To perform Black of the Berry on that stage, shackled up in a prison suit with the whole stage set up, looking like a prison. Like, that's it. Like, it's not to downplay the protest, because I'm about these protests. I've been to these protests, but like when you have 500, 1,000, 5,000, 10,000 people with you, right? That's one thing. But to get on the stage in front of like the widest audience possible and perform a performance like that is a mark that you're making, right?
Yeah.
That is a message that you're sending, that I'm not gonna play your game right now.
Right.
Right? I'm gonna tell you what what you should know. I'm gonna tell you what the game actually is. You got your game, but this is reality. This is the real shit over here. You know what I mean? And I'm not gonna play your game. I'm gonna tell you how the game is supposed to be played.
Yes, sir. Deanie, on that Kendrick topic, you had a commenter respond to that Kendrick post about his presence. Would you be able to share that with the listeners during our mailbag segment?
Copy.
Gotta get our phones out.
All right, brother, Pharaoh the Polydon. Am I saying that right, my brother? People need to knock it the fuck off. Stop looking to celebs to be your voice. You want to hear somebody speak up? Grow some balls. Get up, get out, and speak on it. Black people are the only people sitting around waiting for a savior to arrive. Save your fucking self. And leave K-Dot alone so he can focus on making music we can vibe to. Sheesh. That's my take on it.
What was that brother's name?
Pharaoh the Polodon.
Pharaoh the Polodon, shout to you. That was some real shit.
Yeah.
We agreeing with Pharaoh on
Yeah,
that?
I do agree with him on it.
I'm halfway there with him, and I'm halfway not. I'm sorry. I'm just Deanie.
Superman.
Polo the Dawn. I'm just Deanie.
Polo the dog.
You know what I'm saying? I got 600 and change on the Instagram. I ain't got 100. I ain't got 2 million, baby. So my message ain't hitting out. If not, I have more people like you listening to the Rap Roundtable. He got.
Let him come.
I'm sorry.
Need assistance. The way I look at it is this: when you have access to all those asses in the seats, I mean, it's only right that you say something. I'm saying something. We saying something. Sins at the protest. He only got a couple hundred followers. The people who don't have that much voices out there. So the people who the free world will listen to, it's just surprising why these people ain't speaking. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate you for listening, but I'm sure you would listen twice as fast if it was Kendrick. You know what I'm saying? He's the one who can get the asses in the seat, so it's only right he can speak on it. And like I said, we didn't want Kendrick to pop out in a Wakanda flag with the arms and the BX motion. We ain't need that. We just want to know, like, you seeing this like we seeing this, bro? Like, we heard the Pimp a Butterfly. We just want to know if your fingers are on the post the way our fingers on the post. Because like I said, we're just regular individuals. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, we on it. Like, he had a response for it. He on it. You know what I'm saying? Even you here on it, Polo the Dawn. Where was Kendrick during those times? We couldn't find that man. He was where's Cole though?
Better question. Where's Drake at?
That is true.
Drake making all his money off of black culture.
That is true.
Being half black and saying nothing. Where he at?
That is true.
I guess we gotta
Speak
talk
on
about
it.
that on the next round table.
We ain't get the Pimp a Butterfly from him though.
We ain't even get like to pimp a caterpillar out of him.
We ain't get the Pimp a.
We ain't get to pimp a
cockroach.
not an ant.
That was a shitty joke, but the point is well received. The point is well received.
I'm
Sim.
drunk, man. Let me get my dad my dad jokes out.
Langston, we had a commenter respond to our Wayne post about his questionable comments about the police officer and who saved his life and how black people should approach things with this movement. Mm-hmm. Can you please share that comment with us?
Sure. So this comes from Mr. Crispin89.
Okay.
So shout to Mr. Crispin89. Thank you for listening. I don't know why this is even a surprise. He said something along the lines back in 2014. He basically said, fuck Black Lives Matter. He said, my life only matters to me and my bitches. Wayne don't care about nothing but the color of his drinks and lean. He's been a sellout.
Wow.
He's a coon.
Whoa.
That's tough.
Langston, your thoughts?
Well, that seemed harsh, but I can't say that it's not accurate. I mean, listen,
Not seem harsh to me.
Yo, on this show, we can debate about the quality of Lil Wayne's catalog for days, and I look forward to having that conversation. But if we're talking about like the plight of black people, well, yeah, Lil Wayne is a fucking coon. He's an Uncle Tom, and fuck him.
Wow. Unexpected turn of events.
I mean,
Hot fire.
Wow. Langston, what happened?
nothing happened, guys. I just like his music. I don't like him as the
You
person.
can compartmentalize those things.
I like that about you.
Thank you.
I mean,
Do we have
hear
any
you.
J-Mo left? I'm sorry for interrupting you, brother.
I'm here. I hear you with this thing because
I'm about to kill this shit unless y'all.
live, bro, live.
Go ahead.
Just make sure
I'm drunk enough
just
right now.
make sure you're not doing a salsa on the train on the way back uptown.
I can't promise that.
Yo, I think I'm actually more drunk than J-Mo right now.
Yeah, this is the drunkest you've been in a while doing these recordings.
Listen.
You haven't been drinking a lot, have you?
Don't insult me.
I have been drinking at home, but
Licks?
yeah, it's not. I mean, no wine in there. You know what I mean?
This is our first episode back, so we're you
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
there's
You know what I mean?
there's some
Yeah, I slowed down. You see my cup.
yo Jav. Listen, I'm surprised that we've been able to run the offense because I could tell that Jav's not been sipping like he's normally been sipping when we run these monthly episodes.
Listen.
I'm gonna
because-
throw that out there.
Because the system is a strong system, you see. So we
listen,
don't. It's automatics. You know the
Yeah,
triangle is
it's
automatics.
the triangle.
This is automatics. You don't have to think about it. But when it comes,
we could if we want to though.
we could. It'll get weird if we thought about it. But Lil Wayne with these comments, I don't remember what he said back in 2014 verbatim, but I felt like he said something that was kind of questionable. I think I'm not gonna say I'll go the other way, but you know what? I'll say this. I respect his consistency. At this point in 2020, we shouldn't look for Lil Wayne to say anything that's helpful to us
I agree with
in this movement.
for sure.
He likes what he likes. He wants what he wants. And like I said the last episode, if you have 4 dreadlocks in your head, or 3, excuse me, I can't worry about taking your opinion seriously because you don't take your appearance seriously. You have 3 dreadlocks and rotting hair and blonde. I'm sorry, I
See,
can't.
this went to a place that I
No.
did not.
I'm just saying.
Like I thought it would not go to this place of you insulting
I'm not-
one of the greatest rappers
I'm
of all
not
time.
insulting him. I'm just saying, but if you're willing to walk around looking like that, why should I take you seriously? If you strip the millions away from Wayne, right? The way he looks right now, he looks like a lot of people we see in New York City who ask for money.
Jesus,
But listen,
I don't know what to say.
Listen,
Just saying.
the quote that what was it, Crispin?
Well,
he's
let me get it
Mr.
up
Crispin
there.
89.
Mr. Crispin
Because I
89.
think it was a great quote, so I want to
Right.
give him his proper credit. Crispin.
Yeah, that he cited something that Lil Wayne had said about I don't care about nobody else other
remember
than
it, yeah.
myself.
The color of my lean.
Yeah.
That was hilarious.
Bro,
That's a great comment. Shout to
Classic,
you, brother.
bro.
I
We
was not-
got to send him a T-shirt or something.
But listen, I was not aware. Wait, was that a quote from him or?
It wasn't a quote. It was like he said some shit, and I feel like it's fair. It's accurate enough. Like he was an Uncle
okay.
Tom.
Would
He
you-
was
would you-
tap
would you
dancing.
read it?
Would you read it
I thought-
verbatim? Oh, the thing?
Huh?
You were reading his message?
No,
Yeah,
no,
no,
I
I was
no.
reading Crispin
I thought-
verbatim,
I
yeah.
thought it was a quote that Crispin was citing from Lil
Nah,
Wayne.
we just some
It wasn't.
motherfuckers
never mind.
talking
okay,
shit.
Never mind.
Yeah.
Never mind.
I was like, that's different.
Yeah.
Facts.
That's different.
And now, the point of the episode that a lot of us wait for, we have actually made it back to the true lawn. We're all on Sincere's porch for a change. None of us are actually on the lawn for once.
This is the part of the show where I take a piss.
We're
He always tells me to get the fuck out of here. Come on, son. Langston, you need to get off my lawn.
We'll go to the bathroom. We'll stay on the porch
I'm only kidding.
while these bozos are on the lawn. So at this point in the episode, Sincere needs to clear out. He needs you effing clowns to please, absolutely,
Get off my lawn.
get the fuck off Sincere's lawn.
All right. So I'm gonna try to tie this into to hip hop as much as I can. I like to go, browse through Twitter and whatever. I saw a tweet from Wiz Khalifa, right, saying something along the lines of, "Yeah, y'all could keep the masks, fam."
Whoa, what?
Come on, son.
So, right.
I like how you waited for the drop.
I know how this works. So I've talked about this before in prior episodes, but I'm gonna have to repeat it. Right? We are in the middle of a pandemic. Right? We all need to protect ourselves. Right? So Wiz Khalifa, any conspiracy theorists, the maggots out there, which is what I call the MAGA people. And anyone else that's trying to look deeper into this mask thing that it needs to be looked in, I'm gonna need you to get off my lawn, right? Because you have to understand right? We are mere mortals. We are human, right? There are things out there that are bigger than us, right? So nature does not give a shit about our humanity, our human societies, our governments, our political affiliations, nothing, right? Nature will take us out if it wants to, right? We have to protect ourselves in the middle of something that is beyond our power and beyond our control. We have to take the precautions that we can, right? If you're out here talking about, well, it's my God-given right
It's
to
my
not
American
wear
right to not wear a mask.
a mask. Man,
Shout out to all our
do you wear
white
pants?
Southern listeners.
Do you wear underwear? Do you wear? Listen, the things that you wear. If it wasn't for you considering other people's thoughts, then you would just be running around stark naked.
It's my right to wear no mask. It's mine.
You wear clothes because it is a societal norm. Let's make this a societal norm, people. Wear your mask, protect yourself. Right now, the COVID level should be lower than what it is. Right? We were trying to flatten the curve. The COVID levels have risen again because of states like Florida and Texas and
Atlanta.
some other ones in Atlanta that wanted to reopen early and loosen the mask guidelines. For God's sake, people, it's just a mask. It is just a mask. It's not gonna last forever. We have to do this in the interim so that we can get over this. You non-mask people are gonna have us dealing with this for the next 3 to 5 years.
Or until they develop a vaccine.
Until
My president said that we shouldn't be tested.
until they develop a vaccine that is proven to work, we can't
January the earliest.
January the earliest is the first round of vaccines. We don't.
Right.
It has to be administered to people. And you want to take the first round of vaccines?
I'm not getting that first vaccine.
All right
no.
then. Right.
I'm not an anti-vaxxer, but I ain't taking that first vaccine. Fuck
but
that.
I'm not going to take the first ever round of vaccine.
Nah, I ain't
So,
doing that.
for God's sake, people,
Let 'em work the kinks
wear
out.
your masks. Protect yourself. Again, listen. There's data that says that the protests that we've been having have not led to the
That's
uptick.
right, because niggas is wearing
because
masks.
everybody at the protest is wearing masks. You know who's leading to the uptick in COVID levels for the country? It's Florida. It's Texas. It's Atlanta. It's the places that have loosened the guidelines and basically have said, let's get back to normal
Party time.
by whatever cost. The cost is lives, right? So, God damn it, man, wear your mask. I'm wearing my mask. I'm gonna put it on now because we're about to head out into these streets. Get off my lawn if you're not down with the mask.
You're on my lawn. You can't even come on the lawn without a mask. How about that? We'll call the cops.
It's a mask loan.
How about that? Ladies and gentlemen, this is episode 18 of the about to say the gray area. Episode 18 of the Rat Roundtable. This Jameson is working.
It's a cousin of the gray area.
I guess, yeah, right?
Yeah.
Touche.
Somewhat.
We cousins.
I want to send a big shout out to the intern, air quote, my cousin Chris Mack, who's been running the IG page, getting the content up, getting our likes up, getting our follows
Doing
up.
a great job, by the
Shout
way.
out
We
to
love you.
Chris
Shout out to
Mack.
you, homie.
Love you, little homie. You already know the vibe. Ladies and gentlemen, this is episode 18 of the Rat Roundtable. Until next time, Langston, we're back in the building. Take us home.
I feel like you wanted me to take a second, but I want to clear out and do a little bit right now. Right?
Do your thing.
Listen,
Now listen alone.
I said this at the top of the podcast, and I wanted to reiterate it. Linking up with the three of these brothers, and with our listeners, it's not something I see myself wanting to stop anytime soon, man. So we gonna be here for the foreseeable future. I love these three brothers with me. I love every single one of you motherfuckers that is listening, and we gonna keep on, man. For my man Deanie,
You know the vibes.
my man Jarv,
You already know.
my man Sin.
You heard?
Listen, we've only scratched the surface. This shit is nothing.
And I'm gonna get in my bag real quick.
Get in your bag.
Because I'm vibing off of this beat in the background that I made.
You make beats. Holla
And
at him.
I make beats. Holla at me. I was a little late because I was finalizing it. If I do say so myself, this beat is fire right now.
Fire.
I'm vibing.
I agree.
I'm vibing like crazy to this
And
shit.
y'all know I love me a piano.
Drinking.
Yo, let's bring it in, fella. Salud. Yo,
Yeah, salud.
Thank you for
Listen.
them words, bro.
We just figuring this shit out. Once we figure it out,
We
y'all
out of
motherfuckers
here.
better get ready, okay?
We outta here.
The Rap Round Table, we back like we never left.
I
We
made
out!
beats.
Yes, sir.
We coming at me.
I miss you guys so much. You have no fucking idea. You think you know, you have no fucking clue.